Libra, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Dear Libralicious Libroski, fist bump. Welcome to your reading from January 20th to the 26th. This is a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. Now, dear Tough Cookie, today I'm going to be doing your reading and I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify your main challenge and get some final advice for you. Libroski. So I'm saying some sassy shit out here. Libra, I want to thank you so much for your contribution, for your support, for your kind words. I woke up from my nap a little bit ago and I'm so well rested. I'm so ready to serve and to slay. So I'm saying that's what you do when your Mars is in Libra. You know what I mean? So, dear Libra, your challenge is the Seven of Swords. Okay, we're going to have a chat here in a minute. And at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is the Tower, followed by the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. So, Libra, your challenge with the Seven of Swords, this energy is one. I always give an eyesight to this, okay? We're going to clarify this, but there is something here that you don't fully trust, okay? There is a situation here that you don't seem to really fully trust with the Seven of Swords, okay? And there is hidden things that you want to find out. We're gonna clarify this and we're gonna see why the Seven of Swords here is your challenge. Maybe someone here is not being honest with you. We're gonna clarify this. In the recent past, you have the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. So, in the recent past, I see here many of you, like either you were single or you were focused on yourself, you were doing your own thing, you were focused on your own happiness. I do see here a lot of challenges for you to get into a partnership, for you to build something, for you to create a relationship. It could have been also you getting a job, it could have been you getting into a relationship. I feel like we're gonna find out more, but there were a lot of challenges that you were faced with, okay, with the Seven of Wands. Unexpectedly, maybe out of nowhere, like just challenges, okay? Maybe this situation was very challenging for you to try to build something because the Three of Pentacles is about building something, partnership. We're gonna find out more. Now, in the present moment, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hangman. So there is a delay, okay? There is a delay of someone just moving towards you very slowly. With the Knight of Pentacles, that's a very slow-moving energy. Someone here is taking their sweet old time with the Hangman. You could be dealing with the Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So a lot of you are really trying to reassess the situation, if this is something that you should really hold on to or not. And you're questioning, why is this person delaying this? Is there something that I should, stop trusting? That's by the Seven of Swords here. There is trust and dishonesty that you're questioning. Okay, if someone, why are they taking their time? We're gonna find out more. In the near future, you have the Emperor, the Six of Swords, and the Sun. So you could be dealing with an Aries here, which is the card of which is related to Emperor, and then the Sun, Leo. So for many of you, you have to decide who you really want to be with and if this is the right person for you. Now, Six of Swords is about transition, okay? Six of Swords is about moving forward. Moving forward, you can see the Six of Swords is headed towards the Sun, and then there is the Emperor. And her back is turned against the Emperor. So this is a decision that you are going to need to make personally. If you would want to involve and try to be with someone, this is someone that seems to be a little bit bossy and they have a very strong personality. If you should remain in this situation or you should move towards happiness and redefine what actually happiness means for you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Tower, okay? So there is something here that's changing, that's transforming. A transformation is happening behind the scenes. There is the Ace of Cups and then there is a Page of Swords. So I think this is a love life transformation. Your love life is transforming here, which is going to be very pivotal and very important for you. I mean, 2026 hasn't even started yet and it already feels like it's wild. But we're going to find out more. Now we need to clarify everything for you and see what is it that you need to know. Okay, so let's clarify the Seven of Swords. This card, I always questionable. You know what I mean? Seven of Swords. Queen of Wands, you could be dealing with the fire sign. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Judgment, and you have the Four of Cups. So it looks like you might be experiencing some sort of a rejection from someone. You might have tried to offer your love to this person. Okay, again, you see there is the Page of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Judgment. Scorpio energy here as well, okay? Or someone who has Scorpio in their birth chart. I do feel like your challenge here has a lot to do with just really trying to realize and see the signs and synchronicities and try to reassess the situation if this is really your person or not. Two of Cups here, of course, talks about love, partnership, romantic connection here, cultural differences. Both of them are dressed up in differently, by the way. And there is a very strong sexual connection between you and them. Now, you are trying to see why is this person delaying this, right? Are they the one that are trying to reassess the situation, take a long time with the Judgment? Is this person trying to why are they taking it so long? Are they trying to realize something on their own also? Why is it being delayed? And this is creating these trust issues because something here is being delayed. It's like an overdue situation, right? And you're starting to kind of lose trust in this situation with this very specific person. And you also know that this is someone that maybe they're still, focused on something from the past, and it's very difficult for them to really come towards you, especially when it comes to commitment, right? So you have the Sun at the bottom, so you could be dealing with the Leo, the Hierophant, and the Four of Cups. So this person has rejected marriage or commitment, or you have a fear that they may reject fear and commitment. Maybe this is something they've done in the past, and you're kind of starting to really question everything. You're trying to really ask questions, and asking questions, and as a Libra, you're someone that you try to weigh things down, right? You try to really calibrate. You try to see both sides of the story because you like to be fair. You like to play fair. So you're not really rushing into judging the situation too soon, but you're starting to question if this is something that, there is something off about this situation with this person. What are they hiding, So the Nine of Cups in the past is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Sun, and the Hierophant again, and the Seven of Swords at the bottom. Can't make this up. So I'm saying Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and then this is your challenge, right? So this is something that's been an ongoing issue for a long, long, long time. So you have the Seven of Swords. This is telling me that, the trust issues here in the past still existed. The Magician doesn't always mean manifestation. This means also misuse of power and manipulation. So many of you felt like that there was a subtle manipulation going on. This person could have also asked you for money as well, okay? With the Five of Pentacles, you might have also just, sent this person money as well. Now, in the recent past, I am strongly getting that with the Nine of Cups, this person might have come into your life kind of out of nowhere, and you thought that this was going to be amazing with the Sun and the Hierophant, that this person was going to commit to you, there was going to be a relationship here, and there was a phase and a moment where you thought that that's where it was going, but many of you were faced with multiple challenges when it came to actually the commitment or to the marriage to this person, or actually institutionalizing it, like trying to actually make it very official. The Seven of Wands in the recent past, dear Libroski, is clarified by the Ace of Wands, Juicy, Nine of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Okay, and then there is the Two of Wands at the bottom. Could have been a long distance relationship also. In the recent past, the long distance could have been one of the issues, and that is the reason also why this person maybe was very slow moving towards your way. Could have been an Earth sign, also a Capricorn. Now, in the recent past, for many of you, you try to offer this person your love. You try to have a brand new beginning. There was a third party situation possibly involved. And please keep in mind that the third party could be anything. It could be a person, job, whatever situation. So something was interfering into this relationship. And I'm also getting here that you try to reconcile with this person back again, but it was very difficult. This person was also this is someone with the Nine of Cups I'm getting. They were very much focused on their own happiness, and they were possibly indulging or self-indulging into certain activities. Now, the Three of Pentacles in the recent past is clarified by the King of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Remember when I said that you were trying to really work this relationship out, right? I did say in the very beginning, if you watch back, dear Libra, You'll see that it was a challenge to rebuild this partnership. I'm also seeing here that there was a very painful ending. Something here ended between you and this person. You know, a situation here came to an end possibly very unexpectedly because of a rejection, okay? You did offer your love as the King of Cups, the Four of Cups, and maybe you also rejected this person. So, you know, take it as a resonance, but definitely this is about you, and you have the Five of Swords. So this person and you did have a lot of arguments and conflicts, a lot of push and pull, back and forth, hot and cold type of situation. And I'm also getting curious, maybe when these fights were happening, you guys were not alone. There might have been other situations and individuals involved as well. In the present moment, you have the Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. So there is a delay in the present moment, and you're really trying to understand why. Queen of Pentacles, you could be really working a lot, focused on your career, clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So you do truly want to marry this person. This is someone that you really saw yourself being with, but there is a disappointment here in the present moment that you are processing. Okay, and again, the external situations are showing you that you can still hold on to that vision within you to try to change, you know, your internal state of being and hold your vision onto it. It's a free will decision. But for many of you, you are very disappointed that this situation hasn't turned out to be the way that you wanted to. And there is something here you're questioning about this person moving very slowly towards you. And that is the Knight of Pentacles, okay, Libra. So the Knight of Pentacles here is clarified by the Emperor, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Pentacles. So again, the Emperor here, okay, it's showing up in the near future as well, which is the card of an Aries. So for many of you, and the Hanged Man, okay, so kind of someone delaying this and going back and forth. This is the absolute juxtaposition of what I was just talking about, because there is a delay, there is a back and forth energy, there is going back and forth with the Two of Pentacles. You see this wave of, you know, the waves of the water behind this person. Someone is also having an emotional roller coaster as well. So I feel like that this decision is actually being delayed, and it's like they're planning something and then they're taking it back. They're trying to decide something and then they're taking it back, okay? And this person does have a very strong personality, okay? So that's one of the things that I'm getting. The Hangman here is twice. They could also be trying to see, you know, they're trying to see this situation from a different perspective as well. But I think for the most part, this has a lot to do with the time delay. The Hangman is clarified by the Four of Swords, the Devil, and the Knight of Wands, and then there is the Ace of Cups. Now, one of the main reasons why I feel like this person has not come towards your way is because they might still be involved in some sort of a toxic dynamic. There could be a family member, that could be a third-party situation. Something here has been really overwhelming. I'm also getting here a very controlling mother or someone that's, you know, very controlling. It could be a family member. It could be also an ex. So this person, one of the reasons why is because they haven't completely healed from something and someone from their past. They keep going back to their past. This person, Libra, keeps going back to their past. Could be a Capricorn, like I said also earlier, okay? And they keep going back to some sort of a toxic habit here. This is something maybe they try to recover from. This person, Libra, also could have tried to be sober, for example, from alcohol, from drinking, from sex addiction, from compulsive shopping, from third-party situations, from hoeing around, okay? And they're still kind of like in that phase of like, they're kind of in a little bit of a, they're very indecisive, okay? There is something about this person's energy saying one thing but doing completely another thing. And they also might have hidden like those toxicity or these unhealthy habits from you that you didn't know. But this is what we're looking into right now. The Emperor, Six of Swords, and the Sun. So the Emperor here is showing up in the near future, and we're gonna clarify that. Someone here who lives in a city or like a big city, or I'm getting here also, this is not gonna resonate with everyone, like Burj Khalifa, you know, that's like a Middle Eastern, it's in Dubai. So the Emperor is clarified by the, maybe you met this person in Dubai. That's just what I'm getting. Now, the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like that you're gonna hear some sort of news coming from this person, one way or another. Three of Wands, Two of Wands. Long distance. Okay, as you can see, these people with the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands are looking towards like into the ocean out there. There is a globe in this person's hand, and then there is the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands here, Libra, is my card of communication. It is the card of like the 5G, imagine. There is news coming in towards your way, okay? So there is some sort of communication that is going to happen, and you're going to have to decide. And I think that, you know, it's been delayed and forever, for a long, long, long time. And by the time that news comes, you could be trying to put an end to this situation and say, you know what, I'm moving on with the Six of Swords, and be on your destiny and just go towards what makes you happy and redefine what happiness looks like for you. So the Six of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Five of Wands. You just know that with this person specifically, there seems to be too much chaos, too much conflict, too much misunderstanding here, okay? So for many of you, I am strongly getting with the Five of Wands, there is a lot of like, you can see there is 5 different people dressed up differently. This can also mean cultural differences, preferences, like just so many things. And this person also, like, they need to come out of a conflict that they are also dealing on their own. They also might be involved in a situation which creates a lot of conflict in their life, and you're going to address that, okay? You're very straightforward, very direct, okay? You speak your mind, Libra. Queen of Swords is the card of a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? So air sign, and I think that you're going to address something here very specifically. Now, you are basically making yourself unavailable for drama, and if someone doesn't have the capacity to communicate with you very clearly, and all that takes place is just fights and fights and fights, then you're going to choose to disconnect because you don't like conflict, you don't like drama, you don't like crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So the Sun in the near future, Libra, you're headed towards happiness, you're headed towards redefining, and I'm not one of those readers that's just gonna, you know, BS you, whatever, but you're doing something about your happiness. You're starting to really take your own happiness very seriously, okay? So you have the Six of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Wands, and the Empress. So a lot of you are going to choose to actually walk away from this situation. Now, what you are doing is you're seeing that there has been dishonesty coming from this person. The Seven of Swords came out again, and that's your challenge, okay? So a lot of you are going to realize that if you were to remain in this situation where someone was not being honest with you, and someone hasn't also healed from something with the wounded soldier with the Nine of Wands, you're going to realize that actually holding on to this situation where there was a lot of dishonesty and constant delay, or someone reaches out to you and in their own convenience, it was going to block your success and your happiness. Because in the near future, you're moving towards some sort of recognition, whether this is fame, whether this is prosperity, or being, you know, really acknowledged by the right people in your life. This situation was going to block that, okay? And I'm also getting here with the Empress. There is a strong sense of self-care that's coming in for you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Tower. So you're gonna prioritize yourself first. You're gonna choose your own needs first. You're not a puppet to be played back and forth, left and right by this person or by those situations, okay? So let's get into your advice and see what you need to know. Libroski, let's see what's going on. So your advice is the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck again. That's exactly what I was saying. This is your success that's waiting for you. Libra, your biggest piece of advice here is to really decide, right? You see there is the conflict card in the middle. You are the Queen of Swords again, King of Swords, and then Two of Pentacles. So your biggest piece of advice, dear Libra, is to really decide with the Queen of Swords. Decide if this situation that constantly creates conflict, back and forth energy, misunderstanding, someone here is going back and forth, you might be going back and forth, and you're constantly finding yourself in this misunderstanding and in this argument, or this delay is also causing an internal conflict. Is this something that's really going to serve you long term or not? Because you have happiness waiting for you on the other side, and even if it takes for you to just disconnect from this situation for the sake of peace, then that's what you may need to do, okay? So dear Libra, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.